83% of companies consider it a high priority to use AI in their strategy, and Palantir have just been ranked number 1. I'm going to tell you exactly how Palantir managed to achieve this, who their competition was, what this actually means, and how this is important for both Palantir and you as an investor. For so long, Palantir have not been taken seriously in the AI space. They've been called an AI imposter, just a consultancy firm. But I think now we're really on the brink of changing, because it's now that they have received official recognition. Each year, Dresner Advisory Services, who are a trusted expert-only led team focusing on non-sponsored and non-biased information, releases a report which examines the adoption and trends of AI, data science, and machine learning. Dresner found that there has never been more interest in AI following the release of ChatGPT. But Palantir were ranked number 1, and they received the highest scores in analytical features and functions, model operations, and usability. They were recognized as being useful in the real world. And Alex Karp, CEO of Palantir, has said before that it's all well and good producing poetry and essays, but actually capturing the power of AI to transform businesses, both top and bottom line, and to even save lives is a whole different ballgame. Now, this is primarily focused on AIP, Palantir's artificial intelligence platform. And listen to what Palantir's chief architect had to say. Palantir's artificial intelligence platform enables organizations to bring the power of generative AI into their most critical operations. And we appreciate this recognition by the Dresner team and believe it reflects the real-world results being seen by the hundreds of enterprises using AIP in production today. Palantir also received high scores in their customer satisfaction and their ability to help their clients achieve their business goal. So even more momentum building. If an average person on the street were asked,
who are the world's biggest players in the AI space providing real-world value?
Who would they say? I think that people would say
Google, Microsoft, Meta.
Even a few of them may throw out ChatGPT, because I don't think they would actually come up with OpenAI. But I don't think anyone would say,
oh, yes, it's definitely Palantir.
I think this is because the average person just simply doesn't interact with Palantir either at home or at work. And also, for a long time since Palantir was founded, they were only really working with government organizations, those clients that have really high levels of confidentiality. This means that they simply were not allowed to share what they do. So there is just a lack of visibility into Palantir. But actually, Palantir scored above the likes of Google. And even though 21.7% of the vendors reviewed had employee amounts of over 10,000, Palantir, according to the statistics I found, had only 4,000 employees in 2022. Which means now they probably have about 5,000. So it just makes what they've built even more impressive. As investors, we can all agree that we ultimately want to make money. So we obviously want to know what this news means for us. To understand that though, we need to know what this news means for the company we are investing into. So stick around to hear more about what this means for you as a Palantir investor. So according to this study, only 29% of organizations are actually using generative AI today. And most of the time, they are just using it purely as an experiment, and they're definitely not using it to its fullest potential. So if everyone is becoming more aware of AI and just how beneficial it can be, but only 29% of organizations are currently utilizing generative AI, and most of the time not very well. And then we have Palantir getting global recognition and growing in visibility. You can kind of paint the rest of the picture. The picture being that this report, plus everything else that we've been seeing from Palantir, plus all the excellent reviews from current clients, all of this will only create more demand for Palantir's AIP, which means a growing client base. This also highlights that there is market share and opportunity still left for Palantir to grab. I've said it before, but Palantir has an incredible total addressable market, and it's clear that they are still in early stages of their growth. And I'm going to tell you how all of this helps us investors in just a second. But first, I need to tell you about something else. If you've been following Palantir for a while, you will know that they are gaining a lot of traction in the healthcare sector. 1 year ago, 1% of all healthcare in the US was linked to Palantir in some way. This figure now stands at 16% and it's growing. However, healthcare only accounted for 8% of the industries represented by vendors in this study, meaning that Palantir has a real moat, a real ability to stand out as the AI provider that can truly transform healthcare. I think we'll see Palantir grow here in a phenomenal way as more of the healthcare sector adopt Palantir solutions. So what does all this mean for us investors? That's ultimately what we want to know. The link is pretty clear here to me between Palantir and us as investors, and that is that as Palantir grow their evidence and their proof of their real value to their clients, more clients come to them. That grows their client base, which means more revenue. That is good for Palantir, and it's also good for us investors. All of this drives momentum as we move into the final part of the year. And of course, we are very, very soon going to be expecting the Q3 earnings report coming out. The earnings that will tell us whether or not Palantir will be eligible for S&P 500 inclusion. But just in general, increasing the value of a company should help drive its stock price up in the long term. So now you know that Palantir have been ranked #1 in AI, but they are also one of the front runners to win a massive contract to transform the NHS. I found a document that I've not yet heard anyone speak about, and it's coming directly from the mouths of the NHS. If you want to know what that is, watch this video here.